All right, check 1 2 1 2. We back, man. You know who it is. Gwinnett Song, X Malone. We back with another episode of Black On. Today we gonna talk some wine. We ain't gonna crush no grapes with our feet, but we gonna get to doing some wine tasting today. Today we gonna step in to Wine Shoot. Follow the kid Gwinnett Song, X Malone as we take this trip down wine lane. Follow me. Alright, so we here. This is going to be a classic black-owned episode. We are here with the owner of Wine Shoe, my dog Stagger Lee.
Yeah,
Jaye Price in the building, bro. What's up?
What's up, man? Good, buddy.
It's an honor to meet you.
Appreciate you, man.
You know, after reading so much about you, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Especially the couple write-ups that you got, man, online. I couldn't wait to come in and meet you and actually see, you know, this place that has so much depth in an establishment, man.
Appreciate you, man. Appreciate it.
And it's an honor seeing a young black male, you know, break outside of, you know, what I always say, our three lanes that we can be in.
Yeah.
Football, basketball, rapping and acting, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And actually do something different. You know,
Appreciate it, man.
so where did that feel for this culture as wine come from?
It's interesting for me. I'm a musician by trade and also by education as well too. I play sax, and I went to school for music.
Wow.
So I studied music at Morehouse College. And
Morehouse man.
Morehouse man, definitely. I'm originally from Alabama, moved here a number of years ago, and I think what you said about those things that we have an affinity for as African Americans. For me, kind of all boils out into just art in general.
We are very artistic.
Very artistic, but very creative. We have these talents, you know, about ourselves. But the question becomes: not only are we in control of our art, but are we able to articulate our art?
Wow.
And that's how I kind of got into the wine industry, because at the end of the day, it's about being able to articulate and also tell our stories. So even if it's not necessarily the owners, different things, but being able to be in control of our narratives in essence. Yeah. So.
And you gotta start from somewhere. That point, that process has to start from somewhere. We talk about one of the biggest industries in the world.
Yeah.
We talked about this a little bit off camera, and you actually hit me to game. I knew that, you know, us as black people, we were starting to take back our land in South Africa, but I was not aware of how the wine industry has flourished so much in that hemisphere.
Well, you know, it's you know, even before we started talking about like just South Africa, we have to understand just the history of wine. I'm not going to a full history lesson, but I always tell people with me that
So we all need it.
well, I'm just saying, for me, like, wine is one of the most ancient of things. I mean,
Very true.
it's one of the most ancient of things. You can go back to all forms of text, whether it be scripture, whether it be history, forms of antiquity. You're gonna find wine in there in some way, and it's
Very
gonna
true.
be, and also there's a lot of parallels to wine. You'll see your thing from the wine, from the Holy Sacrament. You drink the wine, taste its blood. So many times you'll see wine and you'll see war, you'll see death, and you'll see party. All these things are very primal instincts that we have.
Wow.
Now, at the end of the day, like, you know, wine is just a crop. It's a grape. It comes from the fields. It comes from the vineyards. And as people, many years we've always been the ones who tended the fields, and we've cultivated the vines, and we've cultivated the crops, but we've not been owners of the land, and been able to, and also the owners of the product that's being sold from the crop. That's what it is. And I mean, that's kind of what it is. I mean, I was talking about as far as South Africa, but that's one representation. But even here in the South, I mean, our cash crops here in America has always been, you know, some cotton to tobacco, and we've always been, you know, we've been sharecroppers and been slaves.
Yeah.
But as far as the product that's been sold from these things, we've not actually been the ones in control of the produce. But you know, in our culture, we're more concerned with the label on the product versus than what's inside of it and where it came from.
Yeah. Does wine and music go hand in hand?
Yes, and that's actually how I even got into wine. I can say seriously. There was a time period right as I was graduating from college, and as I was transitioning, I was also a school teacher, music educator.
Straight hustle.
Yeah, I was doing a few things. I mean, and I needed a part-time job, and I came across this old dude at a party one evening, and it was actually a party at my brother's house. And he was behind a table, and he had his wine. Older gentleman, really cool. He had wine in front of him, and I was like, "Try this wine," like anything else. And I started asking questions. He was like, "Yeah, just talk to me about the wine." And I was like, "That's cool." He said, "Listen, I'm running a wine boutique side of Atlanta, and the gentleman by the name of happened to be George Gore. And George Gore is actually the second certified African American somm in the United States of America. And what a somm is, it's pretty much a master of wine, amongst other things." And I didn't know that. So I came in, I needed a part-time job, some extra stuff, and the person who owned the shop at the time asked me about my education and beverage, and when I'm like, "Man, I drink wine, I don't know anything about wine," whatever. They were like, "Well, we can't hire you." Because I'm like, is that serious? It's just like, you know what I mean? They were like, "Nah." They come back a few months later, they were like, "Well, listen, we could train you on the job, but really we need somebody to, sweep the floors and wash the dishes and, set the tables up." But so I came in, had the opportunity to actually be up under him for about 3 years, and while he did all these wine education classes and courses. And it was one particular evening when someone asked a question. They heard the music on the outside, and they were like, "Well, what song pairs with this wine?" And he looked at it, he was like, "What does that mean?" And I was like, And I thought about that, because what happens is, yes, I tell people all the time, for me, wine is not a cocktail, it's a condiment, and it goes with the food. And that's the whole thing. Many times as African Americans, we have an affinity for sugar, we have an affinity for the sweeter things, and that's understandable because we're looking for that instant gratification. Wine is a journey, it's a process. We're sitting here right now, we're having a conversation, and it's no rush with what's going on. We're enjoying it, and the bottle changes, the wine changes in the glass, and that's what it's about. So I applied many of my knowledge, my principles theoretically from music, as far as the notes that you might experience, to just many times the notes and the styles you might experience in the bottle. And I mean, people hear this as well too. I mean, and I want people to always kind of be mindful of the experiences. Like everywhere you go, everybody has a different story. Every bottle has a different story. It's not about the name brand. It's not about the label on the bottle. It's not about how pretty the bottle is. It's about what's on the inside. I mean, that's more of a moral thing. It's like the content of your character versus the skin on your body. Yeah. We know the same thing. It's the same thing. What's the content and what's the character of the wine. So kind of studying more about wine. I did my independent studies and my apprenticeships up under George Gore, and then worked in also as far as distribution and GMing and education, and it's really kind of just started understanding truthfully about really what's going on and why this is so important from just across the board, and why it's not going anywhere. And many of the things that we even do at this day, it kind of just like, it really just, it's the blueprint of how we approach many things, whether it be beer or spirits or cigars or food, just like the profiles and how we kind of really go about it. And and it's kind of a cool thing, man.
Some playing shit. It's some playing shit, bro. Like, just to sit here and be a grown man, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we don't gotta sit around and get ripped all the time, and I like Ciroc.
It's gonna happen. That's the whole thing. Like, it's the journey. You gotta take your time, man, and we gotta understand that. I mean, it's like a woman, man. You gotta take your time. It's gonna happen. You know what I mean? You gotta rush it. The buzz is gonna happen. But really, you have to really just enjoy what's going on in your food.
So we here. Black owned, Gwinnett's on X Malone. I'm here with Jaye Price
Yeah, man.
in the building. What are we sipping on today? You already been sipping, but I had to make sure my palate was right.
We're just enjoying a little side blend right now that I'm not necessarily opening up right now, but I won't go into too deep into this particular wine right here. But I will say this right here: the one thing aside from just the beverage itself, I was talking on etiquette and social etiquette as well too. So let me go and help you out right quick. One thing you always want to do is, man, make sure you always hold your wine by your stem.
Oh snap!
If you see the stem, you hold it right there by the stem.
Okay, right here. I done messed up already.
Yeah. So this is one of those things where, like, I mean, I tell people, you know, you walk in certain areas. When you're at home, you do what you want to do.
But when you're in public,
when you're in public, you show respect. You show the respect to the product.
You better act like you got some sense. You better act, coach.
Yeah. That's the main thing.
All right, so I'm gonna sip on on this. You know what I'm saying? Just to get a little taste.
A little blend. It's cool. Done. You know, this is wine. We're sitting at the table, just enjoying ourselves.
Before we get out of here, I wanted to bring something to the table. Do you have a corkscrew by any chance? I know this is a beautiful place.
Do I have a corkscrew?
He said, "Do I have a corkscrew?" He said, "Of course I got a corkscrew." All right. Well, when I used to play this little game, right?
Okay.
I came up with it on my own.
Now the use this right here?
Heck no, I don't know how to use it, bro. Oh,
what you did?
Screw it in right.
Okay.
And then you.
Are you gonna do it? Or you want me to do it?
I can't afford now 1D bottle. I can't afford now one.
What's the game? What you want to do?
It's called. I made up the game,
okay.
Of course, in this hood, because everybody know I'm hood. But I call it corkscrew me.
Corkscrew me. Okay, let's talk about the game first.
All right, so corkscrew me. The purpose of the game is to take your corkscrew and to be able to flip it, boop,
okay,
and for it to land back up on its top.
Talking about the cork itself.
The cork itself.
So after you pulled it out, so do you need a corkscrew or do you need you need a cork?
I need a cork.
Oh, a cork.
Don't do this.
I thought you said a corkscrew. I thought you said okay.
I just want a regular. Do you have a regular cork?
I got too many corks.
You got too many. He said you gonna get rid of some.
Yeah. Let me see what we're gonna grab over here.
We doing this right here live. This has been an interview with Jaye Lee, the wine expert. I'm gonna call him a wine-anista. You like that, bro?
I like that.
Wine-anista?
I like that.
All right, cool. So look, I know we wrapping up the interview, but I gotta show you.
So you're trying to go back to the top again.
Okay, so the key is, and I know it might take a little while, but once you get into it, and you get to playing with your homeboys, and this is, a dope little spot to come in.
So you're trying to flip it, go back to the other side.
It's gonna go back.
Let me try this right here.
No, it's gonna land straight up on top, just like it is, right? See? It's an art to it, yo, to keep it. Hold up, I'm gonna get it. Oh, you seen it?
You got it? Yeah, no.
You seen it? You
gonna have to be sitting here with, y'all gonna be long gone. I'm gonna sit here and be like, bye y'all. I'm gonna be sitting at the table trying to.
Oh. But see, when you play the game, you be like, all right, so I go first, right? So if I go 10, boom, I might, hey, Jaye Lee. And with that being said,
CMCs and everything, dog.
Man, what you gotta say before you get out of here?
Oh,
we
man.
Wine Shoe.
Y'all come and see me. Wine Shoe, Atlanta, 339 Nelson Street Southwest, Castleberry Hills neighborhood. Wine Shoe, wine_shoe, Instagram, Wine Shoe, Facebook, wineshoeatlanta.com, website. If you're interested in doing any type of events, parties, education, wine is the focus here. The education is also the focus. True. But we enjoy doing everything from birthday parties, bridal parties, bar mitzvahs, circumcisions, whatever you want to do. You want to do an event. We got it, man.
As long as you learn about wine.
If you paying, I'm playing. But like I said, wine is it's for everybody. It doesn't matter what your education background is. It doesn't matter what your pockets are. We're gonna get you in here, get you learning. I want to always tell people, get your passport. And get up out of here and see the world. Understand that these bottles, these wines that you're experiencing are going to be the stories of the people. Whether it be Muscadine out of Georgia, whether it be Tempranillo out of Spain, or Garganega out of Italy. Enjoy the grape, enjoy the vine, enjoy the conversation, and enjoy the family.
And enjoy life.
Enjoy life.
It's been an experience, sir.
Cheers, man.
I've had a great time coming in here and just sipping some wine.
Hey, man, we went through it.
See, black men, y'all can do it. Black men, y'all can do it. Y'all ain't gotta sit down and drink no Hennessy all the time.
Hennessy is fine because Hennessy is made from a grape.
We gotta talk about
it. Hennessy drinkers know this. Y'all know that. We can go into all the grapes, but yes, Hennessy is made from a grape. Hennessy is a cognac, and Hennessy, yeah.
We gonna have to save that one for the next episode of Black Owned Shoe. We here, Jaye Lee, Wine Shoe.
Yeah,
y'all check him out, man. Gwinnett song, X Malone. We checking out.